Welcome to DeaconsTable MiniAdventures, set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, or as the elves call it, Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middlelands and the mysterious Mistwood Forest. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem-solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from our DeaconsTable Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players, by default, the mini-adventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels. Whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes, every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. These adventures will be available for sale on our Patreon page.
Hey, all you role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Welcome back to DeaconsTable and our mini adventure series. This is episode number 8. Can't believe we're at episode 8 already. We've got 4 characters, some of which you're familiar with. One is a brand new character coming into play for the Discord roleplay. And again, as you know, we do change this up on a weekly basis. So you never know. You do get repeats in here, but you are always welcome as well to join the adventure. And I will be posting the link up for joining our Discord during the stream. So without further ado, let me bring on board some of our cast of characters here, and then I'll go through the list, and we will see who is going to be joining us. So first of all, and in no particular order, we have Zahira. Zahira, who are you, and who are you playing?
I am Kiri. I'm playing Zahira. I normally play on Thursdays for the Emerald Legion. I play there as Arin. And today I'll be playing Zahira. This is my first one shot here, so you guys go easy on me, okay?
Excellent. And Luca.
Hello. Yes, I'm good. I'm playing Luca Greycliff, a warlock who was raised in the Ether Bloom and has been trying to find the source of the corruption, leakage of power from the Ether Bloom into the real world or the material world. So she's been helping out here and there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Gabba.
Hey, Ken the friend there. Glad to be part of this group and this community. I play the goblin Gabba, patron or barmaid of Roaring Fox, lost wanderer till she came to town, and now she's founded a home and wants to protect it with everyone else. So
Excellent. And Kale, you're muted, by the way.
Yeah, I was just waiting for my turn. Hey, I'm Jack. I'm playing Kale Thunderstride. A foul-handed giant sorcerer who has a little bit of dragon ancestry and is trying to balance his dragon and his giant folks' magic together.
Excellent. So, just so we can kind of set this up again, a lot of people out there that may be watching is not sure how. Is that my audio that's soft there, Gabba?
yeah, just a little bit compared to the others. It's like toned down somehow.
Let me see if I can do a slight edit here, maybe. Okay.
It's like Windows is using a different mic on you or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, because it should. Yeah, I don't know what happened just there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to do a quick adjustment on my audio to make sure.
Hi, everybody.
How about now?
No change.
No.
Yeah, no change.
Now? Am I good?
Little
That's a
bit
little
I mean, we
better.
can hear you. It's just a little bit,
Okay.
distant.
All right. So I will work on
Oh, that's
that
better.
Okay, there we
There
go.
we go.
All right. Sorry about that. It was just some. You're right. It was some settings. It's Windows messing with me.
Mhm.
Normally, when we have a larger group that we play on Thursday, and when I do other groups, we have a signaling method. So when I do a narrative, I always leave cues throughout the narrative. There's always at least one or two skills that can be applied to any given situation, allowing the characters to kind of hopefully find those particular things within the narrative that they can explore and use, and then proceed forward. And in order to contribute to the scene, we always ask, so that we're not talking over one another, that we have, like, you see a red plate, or it might be a CD case or something. We're trying to get a uniform method of, like, little red cards about playing card size, something that we to symbolize. Unfortunately, with Luca, we can't see at the moment, but that's okay, because we have a small group. So I'm just going to go turn based. I'll just kind of go around the table and ask everybody if they have anything to contribute, and if not, we just move on, and that's all said and done. But what the setup is during our Thursday night streams, it is the Emerald Legion. Recently, they have returned back to the town of Mistwood from their adventures in the Mistwood Forest, where they found an ancient relic that they have brought back to town and dropped off. And they are, of course, continuing their adventures from here, and the town has been left to deal with the relic. So that's where the setup for this particular adventure goes. Now, the group of you, Kale, you're in town, obviously. You go through the market all the time. Gabby, you're always sent back and forth to the market. You make those trips, and Luca, the same thing. You are always around town. Zahira, you're new to the area, but you're kind of following your own path for a reason, and it seems to have led you indirectly to the town of Mistwood. You really haven't found answers to your questions that you're looking for, other than the fact that the person or personages or things that you're after are here or have been here at some point. So with that, you are kind of in town as well, and most commonly it is the marketplace. Now, it is not nighttime, as we are currently experiencing in our live play. This will be like a daytime start, so probably the morning of the 12th day of Thara's Zephyr. So with that in mind, let us get started. Mistwood hums with the energy of a new day. The marketplace bustles with the clatter of carts and the chatter of merchants, while a crisp breeze carries the scent of fresh bread and wildflowers. As you stand amongst the morning's activity, the sound of silver bell cuts through the air. A courier in the shimmering robes of the Order of the Magi steps into the square, over near the billboard or the bulletin board where often job postings are. Small groups gather there. Anybody who is known to go on adventures, just to see what is going on, and they're all stepping up. This courier in the shimmering robes holds out a gleaming satchel. Adventurers, a task of utmost importance has been entrusted to you. I have here payment for 4 to take this artifact that has been unearthed in the Whispering Thickets that must be delivered post haste to Starfall Spire. Lord Aldrich awaits its arrival with urgency, for the stars themselves seem restless. Who's willing to carry this important artifact to its destination?
Okay. I was actually going to be. He's going to try to be nice to Gabba and go, I think Gabba should be the one to carry that thing.
I think Eva would still be in the tavern just serving drinks. She may not have heard about this yet, but once she does, she would definitely sign up. She does her usual road trips.
This is the initial. This courier has arrived at where the bulletin board is posted in the market, in the central market, and they've kind of held this satchel up. It looks like there's something in it, obviously, and it seems to be glowing, like it's shimmering with magical essence. So you've heard this would have drifted to you by, let's say, mid-morning, but right now it's just a call for adventure. There's been a lot of humming and hawing, and so Kale, if you're there directly and you hear this, do you say something? Do you accept the challenge?
Kale goes, I will have to call in a 15-minute break from my boss, but I will come and help with this job. This sounds like good pay.
Well, if you know anybody else, send them our way. I'll be at the town hall.
Okay, I will do that. He immediately starts heading towards the Roaring Fox.
Okay, so you head off. Luca, are you in the market or not yet?
If it were daytime, she probably would be passing through. So
or making regular errands for Avis as well.
Right. So she heard about this. She would approach and say, "I will go. I've helped before. I can definitely help with this."
Oh, excellent. And if you know a couple of others, it'd be appreciated. It would be appreciated as well. And you've just seen Kale, who you've traveled with before. You know of him, and has been an associate, and he's just kind of wandered off towards the Roaring Fox. Zahira, you are in the market, perhaps picking up a few items, what have you, or restocking your supplies, and you hear of this, and you've heard on your travels that this spire that they speak of, this place, is a central destination here in the Middlelands. So, is there something that you're inclined to, inquire about? Or to
I walk up to the person who made the announcement, and first I ask, "What's the pay?"
Oh, you're the first one to ask that. It's 150 gold pieces each.
And then she turns and she looks at him and says, maybe I'll do it for some information.
Oh, what kind of information did you seek? Because all information is available at the Spire. Lord Aldrich knows all.
He knows all, does he? I'm looking for an individual.
Oh, well, anybody has been to the Spire, and Lord Aldrich knows everybody.
Then I'll do it.
Very well, very well. So we've got three, and he's looking out. Is there anybody else? Is there anybody else? And at this point in time, nobody else takes up the mantle. Kale walks into the Roaring Fox.
Okay, Kale just looks around for Gabba and goes, "Gabba, I found another job for us."
Kyle, welcome to Roaring Fox. Today's stew of day is venison and barley. Can Gabba start Kyle and drink?
No, not right now. I'm on a 15-minute break. You should go as well. There's a big job to take some shot. Some magical artifact to the Spire.
Oh, well, Gabba learning today how to make meat pie. No, you're not. Gabba's not making meat pie today. Gabba can go.
You see Reggie, the old fellow in the kitchen, stick his head out, look over to Helen, the owner of the innkeeper. He says, Please send him on a break. Send him on a break.
Gabba, take 15.
And Helen's like, hey, go ahead. She's got a big grin on her face. She's quite happy to see Gabba getting involved and helping out. So back in the market, Luca, you just seen this. Well, a strange individual, who you've come to know as a folk called a Pardis, has also accepted the task. So far, you know for sure it's you, Kale, and this individual. Yeah, there you go.
I would definitely greet the Pardis folk person.
Okay.
Can I see that again, Carrie?
I can actually load up. Maybe I can get a better image if I can load it up. Maybe. I'm trying.
Oh, I thought it was more like the cat face.
Well, it's kind of hard to notice it, but I'm trying to. I know it's here. Dang it! I'm trying to find everything all at once, and it's just not working. What is this?
So she would greet Zahira and introduce herself.
I can't find it right now.
Say, I'm Luca. Seems
Greetings.
like we're venturing together to take this thing to the Starfall Spire.
Would seem so.
I believe that the big guy went to get my goblin friend at the Roaring Fox, so hopefully they'll come along too.
I see.
Short while later, you guys are still conversing and getting to know each other. There seems to be, again, a lot of humming and hawing, and because so far only 3 people have taken the quest for certain, but no one has actually, again, stepped up. They look like there was a few that were almost got enough courage to do so, but these are, again, most folks in this Mistwood are simple townsfolk. They're farmers, they're merchants, they're craftspeople. As much as there's a lot of activity already that goes on around Mistwood. So they're pretty much all the courage they have is what they have, and that's where they are. So
all they have is liquid courage.
Liquid courage on occasion. So once they hit the Roaring Fox later on and they drink up, they'll be like, "Yeah, I should have won. I could have done that task." You're quite familiar with the townsfolk, or at least these guys are anyway. So yes, a short while later, Gaba and Kale, or Gaba shows up with Kale in tow, or vice versa, or whichever way you're going to do it. And there's this courier still standing around, still trying to get someone to sign up.
Gabby here. Gabba, sign up.
We have 4 now.
Nice
to see you, Gabba.
Luca, hi.
Hi. I figured Kale was getting you to come along.
So she signs, however, and then she's like, "What do?"
Well, who's taking this?
We're gonna take.
Holds up this thing, and okay, so this cat woman grabs this package, a shimmering package, a shimmering bag, a satchel.
We're taking this satchel to the Starfall Spire. Needs to get to Lord Ulrich.
Basically, our job is to make sure that does not get stolen.
Yes. It gets into his hands.
Stay out of my way.
Who's that? Points to Zahira.
This is Zahira.
Zebra.
No.
Friend Zebra. Let's go.
How do you get zebra? I don't have stripes. I have spots.
Look at say zebra.
Kale just
Zahira.
Kale just goes to Zahira and goes, "She gets my name wrong all the time. She calls me Kyle instead of Kale. It is just something Gaba does."
Yes, and I'm Luca instead of Luca.
This is going to be a long quest.
Yeah. So if you guys you've all gathered up, you've got this satchel, you've kind of tucked it away, you're gathering your belongings about you, and the courier, as they go, says you'll get your payment at the other end, and just be careful because travelers have been speaking of strange lights and unsettling howls on the northern hills, especially going up the Gilded Hollow Road. Keep your wits about you, but trust the stars to guide you. They never fail. Anything you guys want to do before departing? Anyone you want to visit? Any place you want to check out? Anyone you want to just kind of go and see information, blessings, supplies?
Well, Luca might want to say, can I quickly stop into the Sage's mix and tell Avis where I'm going and what the
You sure can.
destination is. So she would duck in there and tell Avis.
So you're gonna go check out that.
Gab will follow because she's been wanting to visit that shop for a while anyway.
So Gab is going to go with Luca. Kale, where are you planning on doing it? What are you planning up to?
I'm going to the Iron Forge to tell my boss I'm taking a 15-minute.
Okay, you haven't done that yet. Okay, that's not a big deal. Zahir, is there anything you want to do? I'm going to bring up the map of the town of Mistwood now, so you guys can kind of see. Where you are right now is number 9 in that big area. That is the central market. Number 6 is Avis's shop. Or no, sorry, that's the jewelers. Keep forgetting that. Number 5 is Avis's shop. Number 10 is where Kale's going, way at the far end of town. The Roaring Fox is number 3. So is there anything like you're looking for a blacksmith, or you're looking for a leather worker? Is there anything specific that you would think to want to explore?
I'm going to go to the Roaring Fox first because I just got into town. I'm looking for an individual, and I want to see if I can glean any information.
Okay, not a problem. So we're going to start off with, it's pretty simple. We'll start off with Kale because you just basically go and make your trip in, and yeah, your boss says, yeah, go ahead. You're good to go. We won't miss you for the next couple of days, I'm sure. Take the time that you need. So not a problem there.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Going into Avis's shop. Avis Sharp, she's working there. A very eccentric alchemist.
Elf.
Elf. Yeah, but an alchemist. Elf.
Just adding.
Yeah, she's going about her business and doing her work. And as you enter in, she kind of looks up and goes, Luca, what brings you in? I thought it was you were taking some time off.
Well, it might be a little longer. I'm not sure how long this will take, but I've just agreed to help escort an item to the Starfall Spire. So I want to let you know that I will not be back until that's complete.
Oh, and who's this? And she kind of peeks sideways.
Hi, Gabba.
You may have seen Gabba the time you came into the Roaring Fox last.
Well, yeah, just we've never really officially met. Well, welcome to my shop, Gabba.
Hi.
The Fox.
Well, you know what? The road is long out there, and I suspect you might need a little bit of help. She goes and opens a box off to the side, and she opens it up, and she brings out a flask, and she hands it to you. She says, "On the house, of course. It's a potion of climbing.
Thank you,
help."
Gabba. Thank you.
And she would give that to Gabba.
Okay.
And
with that,
she does have one already.
With that, we will go to Zahira as you walk into the Roaring Fox Inn. I wouldn't say hefty. I would say full-figured Helen Klein, the dwarven innkeeper. Rosy cheeks and busy as ever and always smiling. She's kind of working tables. There's a young Harefoot following her around. Also clearing up tables and serving food. The inn it's midday. It's lunchtime. You got meals being served and some drinks going on. And the young Harefoot looks up and goes, "Oh, welcome. We don't get many of your kind in here."
Oh, really? Have you seen any others like me recently?
She's kind of looking at you sideways, and then Helen stops where she's at and just kind of watches for a moment, not sure of this interaction and where it's going, but then continues on as Lila kind of comes up to you and goes, sorta, maybe?
It's either yes or no.
Well, sort of like you, but not the same markings on your fur.
What did they look like?
Darker, smoother, sleek, kind of yellowish eyes with the ears, and kind of pretty, like a dancer.
Did she have fans?
I don't think I noticed if she had fans. She might have. I'm usually busy serving drinks and food, so I don't really get to pay attention much to fans and stuff.
Fans, like physical
Yeah.
fans?
Fans,
Or,
like a fan.
Folding fans.
yeah.
Do you know anybody who would be able to verify this?
Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. She runs over to where Helen is behind the bar and whispers something to her. And Helen says, come.
So I walk up to her.
So you're looking for Rory?
Pardon?
I think her name was Rory?
Rin?
That's it, Rin. Yes. Yeah, she's joined up with the Emerald Legion.
Well, has she now?
Yeah, they've just moved on. They just brought back this rare artifact that's supposed to be leaving for the Spire soon. But they're continuing a mission for the Spire, for Lord Aldrich as well.
So do you know where they are now?
I think headed in the direction of the Spire.
Thank you. And she
You're
turns
very welcome. You're going to go? I thought, okay.
And she walks out to find her companions.
Okay. You guys all meet back up at the market?
Okay, which end of town are we heading out?
Well, if you're going to the Spire, the way to go is Gilded Hollow Road up past your house.
Yeah, okay.
So you guys gather yourselves and all the stuff that you've done and the information you now have and whatever it is you need, and you're headed towards the Gilded Hollow Road. It stretches northward, a wide path of packed earth bordered by swaying grasses now, the snow long gone, the occasional ancient oak here and there. Of course, the Mistwood Forest itself is on the right-hand side, which is, on the eastern side of the road. You can see as you're passing by the one small road that goes off, or path that goes off, leading to Grey Cliff Cottage. And then you see the forest in the background with the looming fog that just hangs over the trees. It seems to curl down a little bit. But as you go, the air is filled with the soft hum of crickets and the distant call of songbirds, while the sunlight dances across open fields. Just one moment here, guys. I'm going to bring
Luca would have made sure she got close enough to the house to give a little mental call, and you all would see a white raven come from that direction and land upon her shoulder.
Load up.
She would tell Zahira that this is Thistle.
Okay. So you introduce your raven to your friends?
Yes. Well, the other two have seen it before.
Yeah. Kale goes,
Okay.
I have met Thistle before.
That's great.
I've never seen a
Looking
white raven.
Yeah, exactly. It's a white raven. It's kind of unique. You've never seen one before.
And a little bit more feathery than you usually see a raven be. Ravens are a little more sleeker. This one has some more featheriness to it.
Are they tasty?
No, not at all. And it's not actually truly a raven.
It's a fluffy raven.
He's
It's a fluffy raven.
he's a fey spirit that takes the form of the raven.
Mm.
He can also go unseen. I need him to.
So as you guys are going, there's a sense of calm that pervades the landscape as you travel north, and it's several days travel. It's not you're looking at, I think, about 9 days to get to Gilded Hollow itself as you go, and it's again there's an undercurrent of tension in the air, as though there's some nature itself is holding its breath. Faint impressions in the dirt hint at recent travels and travelers, and the gentle breeze carries a faint metallic tang that sets your nerves on edge a little bit as you go. Now, as you're traveling, what are you guys doing? Not talking about at night, obviously you're setting up your watches and whatnot, but as you're traveling, what is it that you are doing? We'll start with Kale.
Kale is basically just going to start, talking to his comrades. He just goes, "So, I am Kale Thunderstride." He puts his hand out to the new person, Zahira.
Pleasure.
So what torch to Zahira? What is your intention as you're traveling along?
Me?
Yes.
I've decided to come along on this trip because I'm looking for somebody. My last intelligence has told me that they passed through this village.
I see. Well, then maybe I can help you find them while we're on our journey.
Are all of you residents in this quaint little town?
I guess I am now, yes. I'm not
It's
saying I'll
home.
stay here forever, but for now I have a house. I bought it after we cleared it out of some cultists.
As for me, I'm originally from Usapia. I'm currently, I guess you could say, living in a grassy field campfire I've been making for myself outside of town.
And Gavin.
Yeah, Gabba from outside, and Gabba sleep outside, and real pretty lake Gabba sleep by, but miss with Gabba home. Friendly people and bad stickmen to fight, and is nice place to be.
Have any of you seen anything that looks like me?
Yes.
Who here has met Rin?
Luca.
Yeah, I think
I don't
Luca's the only
think
one.
Gabba has. If so, not by much.
Yeah, because I don't think Rin came in when Gabba was working at the Fox. I don't think Gabba was there.
Yeah,
Didn't really meet Rin, but saw Rin way back when she first arrived.
Yeah, and Kale wouldn't have seen her. So yeah, Luca has seen someone like you.
Yes, but it was back at Kumir's Blessing. Is that what it's called? The Harvest Festival. Yeah.
So yeah, during last year's Harvest Festival.
Yes.
Do you know if she comes back here often?
Well, I heard I just missed the whole group. Returned briefly last week, but I think they left again.
Yes,
Gabba saw some of the others. I don't know that he saw her.
Not come to Roaring Fox often, if any.
No, yeah, but you saw recently some of the other Emerald Legion members.
Yeah,
right?
Ashwall and I think it wasn't a liar. It was someone else. I got mixed up on that one.
Serena.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ashwell Arena of Emerald Legion
And bug,
stop by.
and the bug, the insect, Xerxes.
Yes,
Yes.
of
Xerxes, yes.
Who are these
who?
Emerald Legion?
Oh,
They are,
Clan Boss Ned. Sorry, Luca, explain.
they're a group of people that are guarding the area and helping to right injustices, I think.
Why would she join them?
Help people?
Money?
I mean,
No,
maybe?
Food?
something else.
Hmm.
Why you join? Is this relative?
You could say that.
Friend of yours?
Hmm?
Friend of yours?
Once was.
Ah, not anymore. A falling out, I perceive.
Depends on the answer I get from her.
So as the party is traveling, you start to get this feeling. The hairs in the back of your neck stand up. And for a couple of days, it's like someone's watching you from the tall grasses, from the edge of your vision. The occasional sound of rustling leaves amongst the tall grasses, and the crack of sticks here and there. Luca, what are you doing as this starts to happen?
Probably suggest to Thistle that he lie about and see if there's anything he can perceive.
Okay.
No, my passive perception has gone up. So she's got like an 18 on her passive perception. So, would she see any of the things that we're hearing?
Well, what's your sorry? What was your passive perception?
18.
18. And with the help of Thistle as well, yeah, you do see small tracks here and there, footprints, signs of movement along the roadside here and there as you're going. Gabba, what are you doing?
Well, she's not really paying attention much to the wilderness. She's felt these signs before, especially on her travels. I don't know how similar it is. She's talking to the others as she's just bantering to the others. She's just staring at Zahira, just like taking everything in and who this person is, their mannerisms, their glares back, just watching.
Okay.
She does seem very cold.
That's fine.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
Yes,
But
we have
she's
gathered
talking
that.
about, huh?
I said we have gathered that already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as this is going on though on the travel, Zahira, what are you doing? You notice that the goblin is watching you pretty intensely, but you also notice now that Luca and her familiar are doing some tracking of some kind.
Now, I've just got the character sheet that you generated up for me.
Yep.
It says perception +5 and proficient. What? And remember, I'm still very new.
Yes, your perception is +5. That's when it's proficient. You normally would have had probably a plus. You would have had a +3.
Efficiency modifier to it.
And
And
what's the ability score it goes off of?
Proficiency is wisdom.
Perception's wisdom.
16.
Which is a what? +2, right?
3.
+3. So yeah, you normally would have had perception +3, but you've got a +5 because you are proficient in it.
All right, so that's
so you add your proficiency bonus, right? So
So that's what, 21?
Yeah. You easily spot these tracks now that it's kind of you see Luca looking around in that area. You do see these small footprints of some kind. Are you
And
doing
Luca
anything
looks at
else?
her and nods to seeing that she also sees the same things.
Yeah. And then after a little while of Gaba like looking at me intensely, I stop, spin around, and look straight at her and say, "What?"
Hi.
Hello?
So while this is going on, Kale, what are you doing when you see Luca and for a brief moment Zahira looking at something on the side of the road? Are you doing anything, Kale?
He's actually going to approach Luca and go, "Have you found something?"
Tracks.
Small footprints. We're being watched by something.
So they pointed out, and you again, you see this. You see these small footprints here and there along the side of the road, and they go into the tall grass, and they come out of the tall grass, and you're not sure. I mean, what do you do?
He just grumbles under his voice. He goes, "Something's stopping us from our job."
Like I said, you've just been traveling along, and it's just for a little over a day now. You've felt this presence, like something was watching you, or something is just beyond your vision that you see.
Yeah, he's gonna start looking out for something. He's basically gonna do like a perception roll.
Okay, well, perception was already so. Going back again to the beginning, remember I do the dialogue. There's a couple of things that you can do. Perception has already been done. You've perceived these footprints. So what are you doing? There's other things you can do.
He's gonna try survival roll then.
Okay, excellent. Roll me survival.
Okay, that's what is my survival bonus? +2. Dirty 21.
Okay, you're looking at the tracks a little bit more, and especially from where you're from, you determine while looking at them that they belong to kobolds.
He just looks at it and goes,
Footprints that are
Kobold.
almost like a paw print.
"Those kobolds."
With that, Gaba, you're looking at Zahira, and Zahira is kind of turning. You know what? You notice behind her a small dog-like face stick itself out from the grasses, and you see it. Although it doesn't notice that you've noticed it, but you see it kind of peeking out.
If Gabba sees it, she'll call out, "Mr. Brown?" Try to see if it'll respond.
And this is right after I turned around and shouted at her, "What?"
Yep. Right when you turn around and shout out what, behind you in the tall grasses is this dog-like face that sticks itself out.
Which I don't see.
Which you don't see behind you.
Who the hell is Mr. Brown?
No, not friend Zebra. Mr. Brown works at Roaring Fox with Gabba. Maybe?
Zahira. Not Zebra. Do I look like a horse?
She thinks a moment. And then goes back. The kobold gone?
No, now you see another one.
Oh.
Almost
She
right
waves.
on top of that one. All of a sudden they tuck their faces back in. You guys see Gabba looking in a direction and waves.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see something, Gabba?
But Gabba looking new friend because not see friend before, and Gabba, like make new friends.
What are you saying, Luca?
Are you talking to me?
Who?
Who, what, when, where,
Who?
how?
Sorry,
Sorry.
there's somebody singing in my hallway.
Oh.
I was asking Luca what she was saying. I actually talked over.
I was just saying that having traveled on the caravan with Creek driving the caravan, and when we went to Fairstead, she would be familiar with what kobolds were.
Yep, you've seen a
Does
kobold
she
before.
see these yet?
Are you guys just staying put, or are you continuing to kind of move?
I would assume we are moving as we talk.
Yeah, just moving.
I think we've slowed down, but we're moving. We're slowed down
being a
so we
little
know we're
more
being watched.
and you guys are having your conversations and whatever back and forth, and now keeping your eye out for the grasses. After it's probably nearing dark, and you see another one. You spot it. It's not looking at you though. It looks like it maybe thinks it's hidden, and it's moving along the left-hand side of the road along the tall grasses, and then ducks into the grasses for a minute.
Does
And
Lucas see
then
it?
you guys, yep, Lucas sees it.
You know what? I think she would just say, "You kobolds, you know we can see you. We know you're there. What's up?"
Okay. Kale is actually going to ready a firebolt and just go, if you do not wish to be harmed, I would suggest you do not interfere in our business. He's going to roll an intimidation.
Okay.
What are you doing, you big dumb oaf?
Oh, that's not good. Well, that's a 7.
Okay. So you're like, all of a sudden, as Lucas, you make your statement, your statement that they're visible. You've noticed them. Then all of a sudden, this fell-handed giant folk, all 7 feet of them, starts to ready a firebolt. His hand is glowing like a fiery red and getting ready, and he makes this intimidating threat. And all of a sudden, 3 kobolds from the left and 4 from the right almost fall out of the grasses, all of them laughing.
Typical.
One of them actually comes up to the it's only about 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet tall. Comes up to the shins of Kale. Says, "You big dumb giant folk are all the same. Always want to be violent with everybody. We were just watching you. Jeez." And the
How
others are still
getting
laughing.
better?
Kobold's got a point.
Kale just turns to Zahir and goes, usually when people are watching us, they are about to jump us and try to attack us for some way, shape, or form.
I grew up in the forest.
And I grew up in Olsafi, the dangerous place.
You know, from Alsapia as well, though, Kale, that kobolds are kind of like the footballs. They're very much mistreated. They're used for their abilities. Goblins as well are like that. But kobolds often are forced to live in underground warrens, which is they've kind of adapted to. They dig tunnels through the ground. These dog-like folk. They can be mischievous. They can be nasty. But in general, they don't really pose much of a threat. In general. Not saying forever, but
hence why Kale was just trying to scare them off of a firebolt.
So they kind of laugh. And they said, "Well, you know what? We're sorry to have bothered you, but you know you don't have to worry about us. We're gonna go away now, but you should be careful. There's big lights in the sky further up the road."
Hold on.
I heard about that.
What can we do for you?
Just curious, why were you following us in the first place?
Well, you never know. Sometimes people like you drop stuff.
Fair
Stuff
enough.
that you may not need, but we do.
Can you tell us anything about what's up ahead?
Oh, just big lights in the sky. Oh, and there's a town up there too. We don't go to the towns. They don't like us there much.
I reach into my pocket and I fish out a few coins and toss them to them. Thanks.
Oh, they're kind of looking at it. Okay, thank you. He passes the
Luca
coin.
rummages in her bag, and as they walk away, she kind of accidentally drops a packet of rations.
Well, with your passive perception, you do notice it as you're kind of walking away. You notice the back of your eyes pretty quick, though. One of them kind of goes by and snatches it up, and they're gone. Then they take off into the tall grasses. So you guys continue to move forward, and the day goes by. You camp for the night. The next day goes by. Again, you're being still cautious, watching the night skies when they approach, and watching during the day as well. The road begins to climb a little bit, raising in elevation as you approach the outskirts of Gilded Hollow, where the landscape is kind of shifting to gentle hills dotted with wildflowers and shimmering ponds in the distance. The setting sun casts long shadows, and a faint glow of lanterns from the lakeside town welcomes you. But even here, there's still a sense of unease. As the road crests the final hill, the shimmering expanse of Lake Miramir comes into view, its glassy surface reflecting the golden hues of the setting sun. The town of Gilded Hollow sprawls along the lakeshore, its whitewashed buildings adorned with red-tiled roofs and colorful murals on the walls. Lanterns glow warmly in the growing dusk, and the hum of activity drifts through the air as merchants pack their stalls for the evening. Yet, despite the idyllic setting, an undercurrent of tension lingers. Whispers of unease ripple through the crowds and the people. And nervous glances are cast towards you and the western horizon. You are in the town of Gilded Hollow. There's a couple of key locations in town as you guys kind of wander in. You notice there's a place called the Golden Shore Market. It is a marketplace down near the shores. And it's open later than the carts and whatnot. And there's, again, some of the merchants are packing up, but a few of them linger, and they're sharing rumors and they're talking amongst themselves. There's a place called the Honeycomb Haven. It's a renowned apiary and shop specializing in honey and beeswax products. There's the Wheat and Willow Inn. There's the Miramir Boathouse. So these are all places that you could check out if you like. It is nighttime, or it is evening time. So you are looking to spend the evening here before you head westward, which is the direction you're going to be heading to go towards the Spire. So what are you guys doing at this point? Kale.
Kale is immediately heading toward the end. And he just puts his hand on Gabba and goes, "Why don't you and me go get a drink?"
Honey, pick up honey. She points towards the honey shop.
Okay. Sure. I'll get honey as well.
So you're going to stop at the honey shop first and then head to the inn. What about Zero? What do you do?
Yep.
You scrambled up there for a second.
Sorry, Zahira, what are you doing?
I'm just going to kind of passively follow behind the group.
Okay, so you're sticking close to Gabba and Kale. What about Luca?
probably just go along with Gabba and Kale.
Okay. So you guys, you head to the Honeycomb Haven first, and you see the owner, a human, just kind of looks visibly shaken, like a little bit disturbed, and he's kind of packing up bits of his shop and getting it kind of neat and presented for tomorrow's day. So it looks like it's like the end of a day for him, and he looks up. Can I help you?
What sell?
Oh, we have jars of honey, and we have candles, and we have just raw beeswax, and that's about it right now. Oh, and we've got some wicks and stuff if you want to buy that.
She'll actually buy 4 jars of honey.
Okay. It is two
Yeah, there's
gold pieces.
money as well.
It's a good sized jar. It's about 2 gold pieces per jar.
Okay.
And again, he kind of hands it over to you and takes the money, and he's shaking.
Thank you. And she walks off. That's it.
Are
Yeah,
you
the other
okay?
side.
Luca with the high perception would also ask, "Why are you upset? You seem
So
shaken."
Zahira has asked if you're okay, and then
Oh,
Luke's
missed
like,
that.
"Yeah, are you all right?" You definitely something is just bothering him, and he just kind of looks at you and he says, "The bees have been restless all day. They sense something strange in the air. What are you? You're new in town. What are you doing? Where are you going?"
We came from Mistwood. I might even have seen some of your people that came down there a week or 2 ago selling honey. I bought some then. But we came to, we're headed to Starfall Spire.
Oh, and he looks towards the west, like you've seen people in the town doing. And again, looking visibly disturbed. Well, if you're headed to the spire, all I have to say is watch for the shimmering lights. They're not natural.
I have heard this.
And with that,
definitely watch for it.
Right.
Yep, Zahira.
She just kind of like, to nobody in particular, says, "Why does everybody keep talking about these lights?"
Has anybody been harmed by these lights?
He just kind of looks at you and shakes his head no. Not that I know of. Just something not natural, not normal. Yeah, if you excuse me, I have to close up.
Kale just says to himself, "Will-o-wisps."
Luca looks to Kiri and Gale and said, "The greatest fear is fear of fear itself." Something like that.
Okay. So with that, he kind of ushers you guys out and closes and locks up his shop. And you head off to the inn. It's kind of an inn nestled right on the side of the lake, offering lakeside views. Looks like their menu's got some hearty meals on it. A very beautiful coastal-born human is working the bar and the room. Come on, welcome. Have a seat. We'll be with you shortly.
Kale pulls out one of his jars of honey and just goes, "Oh, want to try some of this honey with me, Gabba?"
Well, Gabba takes the 4 jars and kind of gives them out. She kind of bought a jar for everyone. Is it kind of a treat? Here, gift from Gabba for journeying together.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gab.
And then she'll pull a good berry out of her hair and eat it.
You'll be a good idea. Trying one of those good berries by dipping it in the honey.
Okay. She pulls out a second good berry, dips it in the honey, and eats it.
Why do you have food in your hair?
It tastes very good, actually, with the honey on it.
Gabba always have berry in hair.
So do you guys take a seat at a table?
Yes, and Kale immediately orders himself an ale so he can put some honey in it.
Well, just a few moments later, the woman you've seen comes over and she says, "I'm Sophia. I'll get you whatever you need if you need some food or some drink. We do have rooms upstairs if you need a room for the night. I notice I've never seen you here before, so you must be new in town. We're mostly regulars
Kale goes,
coming here.
we need all 3 of those.
Oh, well, very well. I can set that all up for you. Anything else I can get you? Like, she's already offered. I mean, she's taking your food order and your drink order. Is there anything else?
Kale's turned into the others to see if they need anything else.
What know about weird light people talk about?
Well, it's got the town on edge. I can tell you that. Make me a. Well, you're being soft spoken right now. I'm assuming it's a persuasion check.
Yeah, soft spoken. Really? Okay, well that is an 8. Okay, that's an 8.
Okay, not too much. It seems to have a lot of the townsfolk spooked. We haven't really heard of anybody being hurt by it or anything as of yet. So, I mean, I just take it for what it is. And she wanders off. And a little while later, she comes back with your food and drink, puts it out on the table. Does anybody else have anything to ask her?
Has there been anybody else come through here recently?
Make me a persuasion check.
What is that on wisdom or intelligence? Or charisma?
Just whatever the plus is that's beside insight on your sheet, because it says insight with a number. That's all you have to roll.
For persuasion?
Or for persuasion, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already did all the calculation for you. So 14. She says, well, yeah, actually a group of scholars passed through here a few days ago, headed to Starfall Spire. They were from, I believe they said originally the Teshihiro Empire, which is, by the way, where you're from.
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They were, I don't know what they were exactly they were doing. They just headed to the Spire. I mean, a lot of people come through here to go to the Spire. Everybody wants to go to the Spire.
Has there been any adventurers from Mistwood come through here?
Oh, not in a while.
He goes, how about the group called the Emerald Legion?
I've heard about them, but they've never been to Gilded Hollow. Not that I know of, anyway. Not here at my inn. And then he looks back at Zahira, and he says, "Those scholars, they left behind something. You're welcome to it." And she goes back over to the bar. And she comes back a moment later with a scroll case, and she hands it to you.
Thank you.
It's a map. You're welcome to it.
Thank you.
Welcome. It looks like a trail map.
Of the way to Starfall Spire?
Nope.
I open it up and inspect it.
There's a road. There is a road that goes to the westward road that goes to Starfall Spire, but this seems to be the map of a trail that leads off of that road.
Now, is it in my people's language?
It's just a map. Like, there's nothing really written on it. You can tell, like, other than the fact it says Gilded Hollow, and then it shows the spire, and then partway in between, there's this trail that leads off.
Does it look like it's going anywhere specific?
Towards the water. Towards the lake.
I wonder why they'd leave this behind.
I don't think they intended to leave it behind. It was kind of left behind when they were gone the next morning.
The fools left their map. They're probably lost now.
My people are no fools.
So the night, like you guys have conversation and whatnot, and she comes back and forth and serves up a couple rounds of drinks. It'll set you all back about, you judge between 2 and 5 gold pieces, depending on how much you plan on drinking and eating. So, and the rooms as well. So your rooms upstairs includes, it's 2 rooms. So there'll be 2 of you per room. And you guys, obviously the night goes by and you spend the night. With that in mind, the next day that this town is here amongst you, are you just continuing on your quest to the spire, or are you still intrigued by these lights and what's going on? Like, what is your intention at this point? What do you want to do?
I think Luca would probably want to get the item to the Starfall Spire and then investigate.
Okay.
Yes, same with Kale. Kale's more focused on his actual job right now than detours. But given that he knows of Zahira and her looking for a specific person for her place, he's going to ask Zahira, what do you want to do about this? I would prefer to just continue on a job, but if you're interested in going to the lake for this situation.
And where did they say that they were seeing these lights?
To the west.
Just in general?
In general, yeah. Which is the direction you're headed anyway, but
and this trail is going which direction?
It would be going from the trail that leads west. It would be going northwest.
Okay.
It would be interesting to find out why those scholars left this map and what they were using it for. And
this trail not far away from Gilded Hollow itself. It's like just after you're outside of town. It seems to kind of lead off and go northwest towards closer to the water.
And I suggest that it wouldn't take us very much time to investigate.
Yeah, but willing to investigate, see new things.
Okay, so you got 2 willing to just do a little bit of investigation. You wake up in the morning, you get two people willing to explore a little bit beforehand. And then you got Kale and Gaba. So someone's gotta give.
Luca would say, well, we're heading by there. We certainly could see where this trail takes off. It looks like. I don't know how far down it we can go. We don't want to delay too much getting this there.
Agreed.
Half a day, no later.
Okay.
Why?
So by noon, basically, you're saying.
Let's just go see what we can see.
Okay. You guys head out to investigate and explore the town and the edge of town and where this trail leads and everything else. Let's see, you got a sorcerer and a warlock. So Kale or Luca can roll me an Arcana check, or one can help the other.
Let's see. My Arcana is +5. How about yours?
+4. Help.
So might be better if you help me then.
Oh, okay.
Given that you have a +4 and I have a +5.
So
Plus
you can
four.
roll.
4. Yeah, we're pretty much the same.
So one of you can roll with advantage, or you can individually roll yourselves.
How would you rather do it?
I just individually roll.
Okay. So you each roll me Arcana, please.
I rolled a
18.
19.
Okay, both
I
of
did
you.
good. 23.
Uh,
Yeah.
So as you guys are gathering information, you're talking to people, you're examining, what signs are on this trail that you can sense. You're getting the sense that these lights are linked to a celestial energy, possibly even a side effect of an artifact. Not 100% sure, but that's what your inclinations are. Because of your curiosity and the way you normally are, Gabba, roll me an insight check.
Insight. I'm a proficient in it. Okay, it's 16.
16. You're able during the day to discern the town folks' unease is not because of any actual fear. It's rooted in a fear of the unknown rather than any immediate danger at all. So you've come to that conclusion, and Zahira, you can, because again, you're very observant and you're very calm and rational. Roll me an investigation check.
Mm. 18.
Okay. So what you have basically is you end up putting together some information as well from the townsfolk of specific points with the map as well that you were handed, and you end up completing more of this map. It's called the Wisdom Trail, is what you end up finding out from the townsfolk. And as you guys are now exploring more and you're kind of headed down there and you're gathering these informations, and now you're able to follow the trail a little bit further down. It's only taking you, about an hour and a half in the morning to do all this. And you finish the investigation. And as you're going down this trail towards the water's edge, I need you to make me a group nature check.
I have +5. Oh, oops.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20. +5.
Well, sorry to bring you down. I've got a total of 7.
Okay, that's no good.
Well, sorry to bring it down. I got a total of 3.
Oh dear. Okay. So with that, you guys are kind of going down near the water, and all of a sudden you see this luminous orb floating near the shoreline, but above the water, pulsing faintly. And as you're watching it, and all four of you are kind of on this path. It's like a fisherman's path, basically, pretty much. And as you're watching it for just a moment, it's there, and it seems almost wonderful now that you see it. That there's nothing to be afraid of here that you're seeing, and then it vanishes into the water, and you're all left with this very eerie sense of loss. Like there was more, but now it's been taken from you. And that's it.
What is this feeling?
Yeah, it's almost like you see something within your grasp. It's there, and it's wonderful, and you could have it, but then it's gone.
Did you guys feel that too?
Yes, very
Insight
unsettling.
check.
Yep.
That's how.
Insight
Just
check.
a hunch, but that's an insight check of 16. A little cautious of the motivation of the action of this receding orb.
It is definitely non-malicious.
Oh,
There's a very calming essence to it. Definitely a celestial energy. And it seems to be attracted to you. Like you could feel this to your group. You're the only one that notices this because you're the only one that rolled the insight. So
I rolled an Arcana check to see if I could identify this thing. I rolled an 18 plus 5.
well, it's not arcane at all. You 100% determine that it is 100% celestial. But you do, you're able to figure out it is attracted to the artifact you're carrying.
Ah,
Oh. Perhaps this artifact is of similar nature to this other orb.
It comes out of the water again and just hovers there.
maybe
And then
friends. Bring them together.
It starts to move a little bit down the shoreline, further down this trail.
We need to get it to the Starfall Spire.
Who has the artifact?
I do.
Right now, that would be Zahira.
Zahira.
Oh,
It's there, and you now you all get that feeling again that this is something wonderful, and it seems to be leading away from where you're currently standing, further down the wisdom trail a little bit, further down the water line.
I called to it and ask it to stop.
It continues for just a little bit longer, and then starts to just hover in place further away from you guys.
Kale says to the group, I get this feeling that the thing is using a charm on us.
None of you have the sense of a charm at all. It's just a feeling, a celestial feeling.
it's not take long. We follow. Yes.
It's not far. Like, it hasn't gone very far. Like 5-10 minutes down.
Gab will get a little closer to it. Trying to encourage the others to at least give it a try.
Kale's going to get his quarterstaff ready just in case.
I want
you guys continue down and you follow, and it sinks into the water again. And again, it leaves that, it's gone. But moments later, it comes back, and it does the same thing, a little further down. And you guys go a little further down, and this time it just hovers. And it seems to come up right to the edge of the shoreline. Maybe, you guys are all maybe 10, 15 feet away from the shore yourself. It's kind of a rocky shoreline. What are you guys doing?
What's going on? I feel so strange.
Because I'm getting this weird feeling that this thing is leading us to a doom.
Well, no, it doesn't feel a doom at all. It feels wonderful.
Yeah, this is a feeling you're not used to, Kale, at all. Like, this is not the hostility and that you're used to from where you come from.
And unfortunately, he's responding to it with skepticism and distrust.
Gabba just calls out, Gabba friends here. Gabba follow orb. What want? Just in case it's one of those.
It's basically just hovering right there, almost touching the shores, just pulsing slightly.
As a warden, would I have any inkling if this is connected to nature or?
Well, yeah, you've seen similar things to this. Very much looks like a will-o'-the-wisp, but more along the lines of something God touched. And you've seen that before. The druids in the wood, they work with similar entities that are there. So yeah, it could very well be something that is leading you somewhere or trying to tell you something.
But I'm not getting any malice from it?
Nope, not at all.
Gabba does what you normally do to a wild animal, is you kind of reach out your hand just to see how it'll react, if it'll sniff it, get closer, just kind of see if you can develop a
thing.
You get a little closer and it vanishes back into the water. But right there at the water's edge, there is a small fragment of a celestial crystal glowing, very similar to the way it was shimmering. just sitting in the muck by the water as it's lapping up on it with the stones.
I reach down
You
and
don't
pick it up.
sense that feeling of loss as it goes this time.
Wait, Luca says.
What?
It might not be a good idea to just pick up. Do you have?
I don't sense any.
I have a gauntlet. I could put that on and pick it up so it's not touching the skin. I don't sense anything bad. I just want to be careful.
All right, you put on a gauntlet and you pick this crystal up from the water and you put it away.
No, I would show it to everybody. Examine it. Hold it up so we could all see it.
It's pretty.
A celestial crystal. You don't quite know what it is. Someone want to make a religion check? Try.
I'll try.
Ooh, let's try that first, yeah.
Arcana will not work on this.
Well, that's all of a 14.
That's not it.
16.
Nope, that's not it.
17.
That's not it either.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm a roll, even though I have a -1 to religion. And that's an 18.
Yep, still not it. You know it has some kind of energy in it.
Perhaps we should take this to Starfall Spire as well, along with this satchel.
So you guys
be
put it
related.
away, start heading back up the trail to continue your adventure. And unfortunately, more of the day has gotten away from you than you thought. By the time you get back to the road that leads to Starfall Spire, you're leaving Gilded Hollow under a blanket of stars. The path is slightly illuminated by lanterns, and the Wisdom Trail stretches westward down through this area, and you continue down the main road. And as you do, you leave the safety of Gilded Hollow and you journey west. The road joins up with Wisdom Trail further up. So I guess if you had kept going along the shoreline, it would have come up. It's basically what that little area was a fisherman's trail. so that they used to go down to the shore to cast a line, but you're now on the main Wisdom Trail heading out.
Nice.
So you are on this winding path that leads to Starfall Spire.
Wait, we forgot Luca.
Where's Luca? Or did she disappear on us?
Probably brief.
Yeah.
Oh wait. All right, here we go.
Probably the internet.
No, I was just. Oh, there, Luca, back. We're good now.
Okay, so you guys continue on.
Sorry.
The Wisdom Trail, the main Wisdom Trail, is right just before you, winding through gentle hills, blanketed in wildflowers, and of course, Lake Mirror is to the north of the trail as well. Crowned with ancient oaks along the way, the area is cool and crisp with the twilight sky awash in hues of violet gold. Above, the stars begin to shimmer, their light dancing faintly against the encroaching darkness as you press onward. The path becomes narrower, flanked by jagged rocks and patches of thick mist.
Can we pause a moment?
Yep.
There's a lot of static. I'm not catching everything you're saying.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that
it
was on
sounds
my
like
end.
you're at like 1.5 speed.
Yes,
Yeah,
like you're sped up.
It sounds like Deacon's a chipmunk right now.
Okay, that's really
Why I say Ahoo.
Just some of internet lag you're going through,
Yeah,
apparently.
buffering, I think.
You may have cleared up.
okay. How's that?
Very delayed.
That's better.
Better.
Is it better?
Yes.
Yeah, fixed it.
Okay. Hopefully. Okay. So let's continue if I can.
Quiet again.
Quiet again. Arg.
And now we picked up an echo from everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Weird for me.
Can
you hear me now?
We can. You're just back to your distant self.
Is that better?
Yes, that was it.
Awesome. Okay, let me try this again. All right, so we'll reset that. So the Wisdom Trail stretches before you, winding through gentle hills blanketed in wildflowers and crowned with ancient oaks. The air is cool and crisp, the twilight sky awash in hues of violet and gold, and above, the stars begin to shimmer, their light dancing faintly against the encroaching darkness. As you press onward, the path becomes narrower, flanked by jagged rocks and patches of thick mist that curls around your feet like tendrils. Somewhere in the distance, a low melodic hum reverberates through the air, both soothing and unnerving. The towering silhouette of the Starfall Spire looms ever closer, its faintly glowing peak, a beacon in the night. This tower that you're seeing in the distance is massive, and at the top, it's almost like it glows with starlight itself. I need a group survival roll, please. Or you can choose to roll Arcana, or you can choose to roll Perception. You need 3 successes. You guys choose what you're going to roll.
I'm going to go with... Let's go Perception for me.
Perception for Luca.
Arcana for Kale.
21.
And survival
24.
for Gabba.
18.
So an 18 on
Arcana.
You recognize and neutralize minor celestial rifts that disrupt the trail as you go. Who's next?
I got a 24 on Perception.
You spot hidden hazards such as unstable rocks and sudden drops, avoiding those situations. And who rolled me survival?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, phew, 21.
Okay. You identify the correct path through all the mists that come out, so you're making sure you're not going astray. You navigate the trail without issue. You arrive at the foothills feeling fairly confident and prepared. As you approach, the flash of light illuminates the path ahead, and from the mist emerges 2 towering figures, their forms shimmering with celestial glow. Each is a humanoid in shape, made of smooth stone, veined with flickering starlight. Their eyes radiate steady golden light, and their movements are slow but deliberate. One raises a hand, its voice reverberating like the echo of the cosmos. Only those of pure intent may pass. What do you do?
Luca would step forward and say, "We're here to deliver something to Lord Ulrich. Can we see him? This is important. We were sent from Mistwood with an artifact that was found. He needs to see it."
Okay. So you're using diplomacy with these things to try and convince them of your need to speak to Lord Aldrich. Roll me persuasion.
Persuade. That's 17.
Okay. The rest of you can choose to do either an individual religion or arcana, or the 3 of you can try a group unity challenge, which is athletics or acrobatics, where 2 out of the 3 have to succeed. So it's up to you what you want to do.
I'm thinking I'll do Arcana.
I got a +6 in athletics or acrobatics. So.
Okay, so it would be you by yourself, though, and that's not possible. It have to be the 3 of you to do it together. So what about your religion or your arcana?
Me?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, Gab is also the physical type. She's not very studious.
So the 2 of them are preferring to do the group challenge, Kale.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if I can do that.
You're the big guy.
Athletics
Good
or
athletics.
acrobatics? You guys
You
don't
don't
all
have
have
to.
to
do
roll
athletics.
one or the other.
I'll do the athletics.
Okay, so the three of you can roll whichever, either athletics or acrobatics, and let me know if you succeed at DC 13.
Yeah.
Ooh.
30, 20.
24. Oh no,
Okay.
Kyle. And that
Oh,
one.
no.
Kyle rolled a 1. What about you, Gava?
24.
Okay, well, you only need 2 out of 3 to succeed. So luckily, that nat 1 kind of went bye-bye. You basically do a coordinated physical movement between the three of you, somehow coming together in that moment to perform a task that you're thinking to show them strength through unity. Because again, they just asked you to you had to have pure intent, not necessarily what your intentions were, just that you are of pure intent. And for some reason, you guys get together and you end up moving this large boulder that didn't look possible to move, and you move it. And with that, the sentinels themselves bow and step aside, allowing you to pass. And as they bow, that booming voice, "May the stars guide you, for your journey is far from over."
Well, that was weird.
Thank you.
Nods and
This-
moves on through.
This job has been going a lot smoother than my previous jobs.
Better knock on wood.
Okay, so you guys, the trail ends at the base of the Starfall Spire. And there is an ancient archway, and that's adorned with these glowing ruins that stands as like a final barrier to pass. The artifacts pulsing as it's getting closer to this archway as well. You're not sure how to get past it. You're not sure how to enter it. You have this again. This is a group check, so 3 out of the 4 of you must succeed this. And your 3 options, I'll just give them to you up front. You can use Arcana, you can use Investigation, and you can use Insight.
Arcana it is for me.
I
Do
just
we
need
all have
3.
to use different?
You don't have to all use different. I just need 3 successes. 2 of you can do Arcana, and then 1 of you something else.
Insight.
19.
On which one?
Either Arcana or Investigation.
Okay.
I did a 15 on Arcana.
Okay, 15 on Arcana. Gaba?
17 on Insight.
17 on Insight for Zahira. All right,
Right,
so that's the
Insight.
successes. So you're able to, with the Arcana, you decode some of the magical structure of the ruins that are on the archway. The Investigation helps. You're watching, and through Luca, you're watching as well what Kale's doing, and you're able to identify the correct sequence to align these ruins that kind of move. And the intuition from Zahira, you're able to get this emotional, symbolic meaning out of the patterns, and they all line up. The ruins flare with a brilliant light, and the archway opens to reveal the entrance to the Starfall Spire. The artifact begins to grow warm in your hands, Zahira, or in your possession.
You guys, something's going on with this thing.
So you guys step in.
You have a
Sure.
step closer to look at it, like what's going
Hey.
on.
You can't see
Yeah.
You can't see inside the archway. It's just like shimmering lights. But this thing is warm and pulsing.
It's like a heart or something. It's like beating and it's warm.
Well, this place is called Starfall. We see those celestial lights. This maybe has some more to do with stars.
What
This
about that?
artifact is...
What about that gem we found in the water?
Oh, yeah, I pulled that out. Is that glowing too?
It's glowing as well, pulsing.
Okay.
Very similar. You don't know if it's warm or not because you haven't actually physically touched it yet.
We'll just proceed on through taking these items.
So you step through?
Yes.
Tail's gonna fall.
Okay. Let me do this screen, and then this screen, and then this screen. And then how about this
Hello,
one?
Lord Aldrich, are you here?
So you step into this chamber. Yeah, it's a pretty big chamber that you see. I'm going to bring your guys up here as well. Where is everybody? Let's close this up. That's Zahira. And we have... Oh, you guys are way down here. We have Gaba. Luca.
Echo.
Yeah, it's a big chamber. I'll get to the whole descriptive stuff momentarily. I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything I need. And that would be... Yeah, is he there yet? Okay. Yeah. So as you step through the glowing archway, the world around you shifts. You find yourself standing in a grand chamber of polished marble and shimmering starlight. The walls are adorned with intricate murals depicting constellations, their stars twinkling faintly as if alive. Celestial orbs drift lazily through the air, casting soft light across the room. At the center stands Lord Aldrich. Lord Aldrich Starborn, a tall, regal figure draped in robes that seems woven from the night sky itself. His silver-streaked hair glimmers like moonlight, and his piercing blue eyes exude both wisdom and warmth. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit here to make it kind of see where there's other things going on there as well. So, his silver hair streaked with glimmers like moonlight, and his piercing blue eyes exude both wisdom and warmth. He greets you with a serene smile and a deep bow. Welcome, brave ones, Aldrich says, his voice resonating like the echoes of the cosmos, very similar to those massive, giant guardians that you've seen outside. You have carried the Star Shard relic safely to its destined place, but its purpose and your journey are not yet complete. Will you join me in unlocking its secrets?
Okay.
Kale sounds excited. He goes, yes.
Yeah, he feels that excitement. Goes, okay.
What about Luca and Zahira?
Yeah, already
Zahira's a
said
little
okay.
bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is a lot of... You're from, well, the jungles of the island in the Taishihira Empire, and not a lot of power magic like this, especially celestial stuff and star magic. Like this is big stuff going on.
Yeah, so I'm kind of just shrinking in.
Okay, so you kind of shrink back a little bit, whereas
Luca's kind of the opposite. She's feeling very relaxed and very happy to be in here.
Okay,
For
he
some
steps
reason.
aside slightly and he motions to this area in the center that has a pedestal upon it. And he says, the Star Shard is more than just a relic. It's a fragment of the heavens themselves. It resonates with the light within all of us. Have you learned anything on your journey?
It's
Have
a
you
what?
found-
Sorry.
It's a
It's
piece of a
fragment.
star.
His term is it's a fragment of the heavens themselves.
And she
It's
just
the light
kind
that
of like
resonates with all of us.
she kind of drops it out like a snake.
Just kind of lets it go out.
Like, just
As it drops out, and you think it's going to hit the floor, It doesn't. It just stops about an inch off the floor and hovers there.
Well, Gabba's right there. She's going to try to reach for it, trying to keep it from falling, not realizing it'll stop.
So you reach out and you actually grab it as it's floating there. And he continues. Balance is fragile yet essential. The stars themselves, they remind us of our place and the vastness of existence. It needs our help. To activate the star shard, we must channel its energy together. Only through unity can we align its power with the ley lines. And he's showing like this pedestal in the middle that's empty.
I'm not a wizard.
I don't.
Gabba reaches a hand out to Zahira. Come help.
I don't know how to do this stuff.
It's okay. Just stand with us.
Kale falls up.
Okay, Luca?
Luca would move forward with the shard.
Zahira, are you following up with the goblin?
Sure. I think she's kind of dragging me up there.
Yeah, so you're kind of a little bit behind as you get up. So as you're up there, you see a spot on this pedestal for this shard that's there. And he's kind of explaining things to you, and sometimes he's rambling on like he was already doing. But he just basically says, you all have to work together. There are 4 options, and you guys can pick and choose what you choose to do. You can do Arcana with the arcane alignment of this particular shard. You can use religion to do some kind of symbolic guidance. You can do insight to do an emotional resonance, or you can do an athletics for physical calibration of the pedestal and the shard itself. You guys can choose.
Athletics.
I'm thinking Arcana for myself.
Definitely Arcana.
Everyone's trying to be smart, so Gabba will try Arcana too.
I'm doing
Okay.
athletics.
All right, so Arcana is a DC 15.
Oh, good. I rolled an 18.
And athletics?
14.
Well, then.
Oh, easy peasy.
Okay.
18.
I thought it would be good at this. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Arcana with the -1 is a 15.
Wow.
You did a 15. Nice. Neat speed. So with the Arcana, you guys manage, as Zahira actually goes up, and she looks a little out of place and a little uncomfortable, but you notice mechanisms and gears with this pedestal, Zahira, and you start to manipulate its rotation, and you start to kind of figure it out, and the others are kind of guiding you by channeling the relic's energy and stabilizing its properties as everything seems to align. And this particular thing, you set the shard on the pedestal. It pulses with a radiant light, stabilizing ley lines that you see appearing all around the room you didn't notice them at first amongst the starlight that was there, but there are actual lines of magical energy and celestial energy filling this entire room that stretch out from wall to wall, from floor to ceiling, and you know that the lines themselves go beyond what's here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. You envision, Zahira, as this happens, all of a sudden in your mind, it's almost like a fog for a second, but it's clear, like it's actually there. You see Rin's face leaning against a pillar, watching you do this accomplishment with a very proud smile on her face.
When she sees this, she just starts to tear up. Why?
As you're saying that, you see behind her visions of your father with again a proud smile. But then all of a sudden, this vision fades. Kale, you have a memory come back to you of a very violent and tumultuous experience that you had in Osalfia before leaving to go out on your own. What would that memory have been?
Probably the last time he was out in the field of combat, where he basically just saw a lot of people slaughtered.
So you witnessed a mass slaughter and execution on the battlefield. It wasn't really a fight. It was more of it was a slaughter, and not a fair fight. As this all just floods you, and it's just overwhelming at first, and the whole anger and tension and emotions of that moment fade. And as the vision's gone, you no longer even remember that moment. It's gone from your memory. You, Gaba, and Luca, as this is being accomplished, all of a sudden your vision shifts. Gaba, you get this vision of you wearing the robes of the Grove-bound Circle, standing before one of the Aetherbloom gates with a staff in hand. And you're walking into the Aetherbloom gate without even a thought, and a smile on your face, and looking over, and there's other Grove-bound members there, all different folk that have come together that all protect the woods. And you have this sense of accomplishment, that something you've done has changed the course of the Middlelands. And you walk through the gates into the Aetherbloom, and that vision fades. Luca, you have the same type of feeling. You're back in Aetherbloom, near your home, where you grew up. You know that your actions have somehow managed to calm and subdue the corruption that was in the Mistwood Forest, and to stop the siphoning of magic. Not you alone, but you played a part in it, and you know this. And as you're standing there and you're looking over, and the wilds of the Aetherbloom all around you, and the creatures and the flowers and the smells, it's overwhelming, but it's home. But you look over and you see the portal in the distance, and through it walks an old friend. And now from your vision, but unfortunately Gaba didn't see this part, from your vision, you see Gaba years in the future as this has happened. So this is like a glimpse. Both of you got glimpses of the future, and your vision fades. And you guys are now standing in the chamber, bathed in a soft glow. Lord Aldrich steps forward, his expression one of deep gratitude. You are not only have restored balance to the ley line, but also reminded us of all the power of unity and hope. The stars shine brighter for your efforts, and the Middlelands are safer because of you. He extends his hands, presenting a reward to each of you. It's a small crystalline token, shimmering with celestial light. Take this as a symbol of the heavens' favor. It is but a fragment of the journey you have begun. And with that, it ends the session.
Oh.
To
What about the little crystal that Luca was carrying?
Now we can do some role play with the crystals and stuff that you have. So what do you guys now do now that you've gotten these things handed to you? And there was 150 gold coin for each of you in the pouch as well, in the bag. So you guys do have that. So what would you guys like to do?
Zahira is on her knees weeping because of the vision.
Okay.
Kale shakes his head. He goes, "Why am I here again? I don't remember what happened."
You didn't forget everything, Kale. Just one nasty experience.
Just that one moment. It's like it's not even there. You know that you're here for purpose, and you know that you're here to get away from bad that you didn't want to do anymore.
He's just forgetting the instigating moment is what I'm trying.
Yeah, just that one emotional moment that was just so wrought with distress and pain and anguish is just gone. You know that something bad happened, and you're here because of it. That's it.
He goes to approach Aldrich and goes, Aldrich is your name, right?
Lord Aldrich, if you please.
My apologies, Lord Aldrich. I'm here to try to learn more about the magics of my two heritages. My dragon ancestry and that of my fell-handed giant folk ancestry. Is there anything you can do to help me learn more about the magics involved?
Oh, of course, you're in the right place. You do know where you are.
I'm in a sanctum of one of the most powerful mages I know of.
You are in one of the levels of the Starfall Spire, the home of the Order of the Magi for all of Oyala Andor. All knowledge is here.
Hmm.
And with that, Gavin, what are you doing?
At first, she's kind of like just. It's like you wake up from a good dream and you just kind of sit there and absorb that, while that feeling is fading. But the Zahira does kind of catch her attention, and she kind of goes over to Zahira and kind of puts a hand on her, but doesn't say anything, just gives her space. She might whisper a little thank you to Zahira for helping, but she's kind of now just trying to help her new friend go through whatever's bothering her.
Okay, you get that.
I'm sorry.
You feel the hand, the reassuring hand of the goblin on your shoulder as you're kneeling, weeping. Luca, what are you doing?
Well, he gave us a talisman. Can you go over what that exactly was again?
Yeah, he gave you a starlight token. It's a small shard, a crystalline token. Actually, it's a round token, sorry. It is an uncommon magic item. It will grant you advantage on one saving throw of your choice, usable once per long rest.
I see.
So you all get one of those.
Oh, we each get one.
You each get one of those, yes.
Okay.
Now, when you took that, you feel something else. Each of you gains inspiration and a +1 bonus to a single ability score of your choice until the end of your next long rest. So whatever it is, if you're here to learn something, you want to get wisdom or intelligence. If you heard it, while you're here, that's up to you. It's just that, but you do gain inspiration. So again, you can use that down the road.
Oh, great.
Anything else you're going to ask about?
Zahira looks up at Lord Aldrich and says, "Where is she?"
He holds a hand out to you to help you up.
She takes his hand.
For whatever purpose, your friend, shall we say, has taken up with an organization known as the Emerald Legion. They are from the far-off lands of the Jade Forest, and you've heard of the Jade Forest. It's way further east than the Taishihara Empire. And it's the home of, from what you know, a grand ancient earth dragon of some kind, earth and water dragon mixed. You're not sure, but you know of that land itself. The organization is from there. They're helping right the wrongs and injustices, and to help the little man, the ones that are often forgotten, the misjudged, misguided, and misfortuned, the misfits. And she's on a good path. That's all I can tell you. But she's safe for now.
Thank you.
Oh, and they do make their base of operations out of the town of Mistwood, if that helps.
Indeed.
Well, Luca would want to study mostly history, maybe some religion, just to expand her knowledge a little bit, because part of her goal being out in the material world is to kind of learn more about what it all about.
So you'd like to learn. Is there any
Yes, and
intent
get more in touch with human side.
Is there any intent of that from Gaba or Zahira to learn more about something or anything?
Well, Gaba's intent, I mean, she's really interested in whatever this is, whatever she experienced. If this is tied to her helping Silanthus, and just wanting to know what the next steps are and what to learn from that.
Okay. What about you, Zahira?
Zahira is laser focused on finding Rin.
Okay. So Zahira will be most likely departing to go continue her search and wander a little bit more and probably head back to Mistwood at some point. Where the other three have kind of chosen to stay and learn a little bit at the library. All of you, by the way, get 1,200 experience points for completing the mission and activating the shard.
Bye, friend Zebra. Hope to see you again. Come to Roaring Fox sometime.
I'm sure I will.
Bye, friends.
Thank you, Zahira. Bye.
Blessings with you, child. And who has the other shard?
Luca does. Yeah.
You said you were going to ask about that at some point.
Yes. I found this shard when we were on the Wisdom Trail. There was a glowing light. When it moved away, it left us in the mud.
It's a little, it's basically a little fragment, like a pebble almost, but glowing. He just kind of looks at it and goes, yeah, that again is a celestial fragment from something recently. Things have happened. It's not really worth much to most, but you can use it to cast guidance once per long rest.
Okay.
So it is a little bit of a valuable item. Now, for the three of you, I'm going to let you know, because you guys have, I don't know if you've all seen it, the downloadable book that is in our Discord. By the way, for those that are watching, I never did share that. I should share a little bit of it right now before we get too far. I did not put the Discord link up there at all, so I should do that. So let's do that right now. Unfortunately, it is above our players, but I'm going to change that situation right now. So that is our Discord link. So become a part of the community. You can actually be part of these one-shots. You can be part of and change the narrative of the storyline, change the narrative of the world, because, again, it is an ongoing community-developed modular world that we're developing right now called Oyala Endor. That's Foreverland. So that's all, again, part of it. So on the Discord, it's there. But I'm sure some of you have seen some of the download files that are there. There is a new system of learning languages and skills, which normally you can't do in 5e. I don't know if I think. Well, I know you've seen it, Luca, because we were talking about the languages thing before, and I'm just looking at it right now to see if I can figure out where I put it. It is the somewhere.
Extra XP if you guys can join the Discord and find it.
Yeah, it's there somewhere, but it's one of actually I think it's a starter file. Yeah, no, it's not there either. It's missing. I gotta find it. I don't know where it went. Either way, I'm gonna put it online again. It's just a new system where you can actually. It's for campaigns where you're doing an ongoing campaign like we have. It's the Discourse 24/7. It makes sense that you can learn more skills or learn another language as you go, where normally you really can't do that except through role play. So, because you are in the Starfall Spire, I will let you know. You guys spend time here. You can, and you are told that you can spend a year here, and no time at all will expire on the outside. You will return back at the time you came in. This is a dimension in and of itself, and there are mages, there are wizards of all powers and levels studying here, up and down different floors. There's floors dedicated to nature and history and the peoples of the land and magic. So I will let you all pick one skill or one language, and you can add it to your character before you leave the tower.
Nice.
You get a +1 bonus to that one skill, additional +1 to it from an outside source, or you can become proficient in a brand new skill if you choose.
Or learn
So
a
that is
language.
the rest of your reward. So with that, guys, it pretty much sums up the episode number 8. I'm glad some people were able to join us. I know it was a little bit scattered here and there. I think my vocals my audio is not really working to its best for some reason. Probably the internet. These things do happen when you stream. Yeah, I've been good now since I switched over. For whatever reason, I'm good. And again, it really wasn't there was no combat in this adventure. If you noticed, a lot of our quests are sometimes they're combat heavy. Sometimes there's usually at least one combat throughout, but I wanted to put together a mini adventure that was a positive outcome, not always about the doom and gloom of things being taken over and rotten and corrupted. This was a very positive.
I was waiting for the monster to come crashing through the wall.
Yeah, that whole time I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, you know what? There was in the very beginning, the kobold encounter could have turned hostile. Kale was very close to making that happen. And there were a lot more than just the 7 of them that showed themselves out there. They actually have a burrow, a warren underneath that particular part of the area. So, that's one thing. Those celestial guardians could have very much attacked you had that gone wrong, and that would have been very nasty. And that Will of the Wisp had no ill intent, but had you pulled the Kale, it could have been turned around as well. And of course, you never know. If you pull a Kale with Lord Aldrich, that would just be a TPK.
I escaped through the portal.
We don't want that. You guys are completely amazed with the tower and the fact that you never know what floor you're on. And sometimes you're looking out a window and you see a scenery, it's nowhere near here. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you look out a window and it's completely an ice-covered mountain glacial area, and that's all you see. And you go through another area, it's like a tropical beach, and you're looking out over. You can't leave, but while you're there, you're looking out, and there's mages all about. There's scholars and scribes and all kinds of people coming and going from here, from all over Oyala Andor. So again, that's why I said you can become proficient in another skill. You can choose to add a +1 to another skill, or you can choose a new language. And then you can leave, and it'll be just like it was the moment you came in, same time. No time has passed at all. So you can spend up to a year there, and that'll happen. So with that in mind, by the way, Kale, that's where Bang went when she disappeared. She was here, but for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
We'll never see Kale again.
Wasn't that the one of the characters that I played with the Minotaur?
Yep, the Goblin Fire Mage. She learned to level up and get to the level she was at here in this particular tower.
I wonder what happened to my Minotaur.
Oh, yeah, she's around, but back in the Jade.
She's still in the Jade Forest.
So, which by the way, I haven't detailed that for download yet. I'm really working on Alsafia. For those that, again, join the Discord, you can join our Patreon page as well. Help out with Patreon. You can buy and purchase the modular settings for this, such as the Middlelands that we're playing in now. Alsafia is coming up next. That is a really massive expansion. That is, my head is starting to hurt. I just finished the underground cave city, so that was another again tricky point. So I'm trying to work on that, and then I have those old areas that we've touched on before. The Beemore region from the very beginning of the campaign. With Emerald Legion, where we started from, with Town of Lakeside, the city of Beemore, that's being developed. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and that will be released to our patrons first. It will eventually make its way to the Discord, where it will always be free for Discord information. Remember to download your own copy. It's either going to cost you a monthly subscription with Patreon, or you can buy the pieces individually yourself, and usually between $2 and $5. Is what you're able to download it for. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. To my wonderful cast of players, thank you very, very much for joining me and fulfilling this storyline in this arc and ending the relic shard. We really appreciate that. And guys, we will be here next Monday, for a brand new adventure with another newer character returning. As well, so it should be fun, and we don't know whether some of these individuals will join us again, or it might be all new. We're not sure. We'll find out then. And of course, Thursday night, don't forget, Emerald Legion, 7 o'clock. We will be back with our 6 misfits, trying to track down the Gilded Accord and their desire to corrupt the Ether Bloom magic and make it their own. So,
and the combat chicken.
Yes. Combat chicken. Yes, there is merchandise for the combat chicken. You can get it at our merch store, and people have already been buying it. So yes, wonderful.
Thank you all, and thank you, Deacon.
You're very welcome. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys were able to sit through this and get through it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
excellent. So don't forget, there's going to be another one to sign up for soon. It will be next Tuesday again, because I am busy Saturday night. We normally like to do these Saturday night, but I have to do Tuesday again this week. So other than that, guys, we will see you on the Discord, and see you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.